Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SoFlo Soccer channel. This is a last minute live stream that I wanted to do for you guys. I was originally recording this um, and just going to post it as a regular video, but then I caught myself ranting and I'm like, you know what? Like, this deserves to be a live stream and to have you guys who come and join the live chat to participate in it if you want to. If not, I would still love to hear your comments on this because it is a pretty just widely talked about topic as of late, especially around social media and what's been going on with this team and with head coach Javier Mascherano. Um, Mascherano out is what I'm going with today. And, you know, in Mascherano out in the sense, and I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna back it why. I wasn't Mascherano out throughout this form. Or the form that your Miami has been in the last couple of weeks, the last months, whatever, however you want to put it. But I just think Mascherano's ruining this team. I think he's taking the best assembled MLS team uh, probably ever put together, with stacked with extremely talented players outside of the Fantastic Four of Messi, Suarez, Busi, Jordi, and is making it and somehow making it not work. It's like it is extremely, extremely difficult to have the players that you have now and make it not work. And for you to have experience with these guys. Like, you know how these guys play, how they are on their personal level. You can connect with these guys, which honestly could be a disadvantage, which we'll get to in a second. But I think Mascherano is ruining this team, and he has a very short leash. He has a very, very short leash. I'm going to get to some of the comments before I continue my thoughts. First comment is by SFXS saying, I want this team to be successful. I just don't want to see Mascherano making that happen. Or I just don't see Mascherano making that happen. One East appreciates my jersey. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for being here. Giovanni says, bro, just let it out. Just whisper it. Mascherano out. I've said it, dude. I said it. Mascherano's out, in my opinion. I can't believe he has still not been fired. G Chian Singh says, hopefully I said that right. I'm so sorry if I didn't. But they say Mascherano out as well. Take your words and please support our team. It's our bad time. And let me talk about that before I keep going with Mascherano. This is a critical point in our team season because we are in a huge, huge, huge slump of form. The team has been falling apart. On the field, in the locker room, you can tell in the locker room that things are not going well. Players are very dissatisfied with either playing time, with tactics, with decision making by Mascherano. You could tell the frustration even when they go out and play. That's all they do. It's just a bunch of negative energy out on that field. Players are flailing their arms in the air. They're yelling at each other. They're cursing at each other. They're just putting blame on each other and not coming together as a team and trying to fix the situation. And I'm not turning my back on this team. I don't want to turn my back on Mascherano, but Mascherano's leaving me no choice. I haven't turned my back on this team, though. I still think this team can recover. I still think this team can bounce back from this slump or decline that they've been on for the last couple of months, we're going to say. But I just don't think it's going to be with Mascherano. And if this team somehow turns it around, has a great run in Leagues Cup, hopefully wins Leagues Cup, makes it to the playoffs, whatever, it's not going to be because of Mascherano. It's not. It's going to be because of the players got together and they got it in themselves and they motivated themselves to do better for the sake of the club and for the sake of the fans, for the sake of everybody. In my opinion, Mascherano is just, and I think this is just known, right? But Mascherano is not fit to coach this team. I obviously thought differently in the beginning. Not that I thought differently. I had more backing for Mascherano. I was very optimistic about Mascherano when he first joined this club, when he first was announced that he was going to be our head coach. A lot of people doubted it. A lot of people were very hesitant about it, rightfully so. Not saying that those are wrong emotions. I obviously had some doubt, right? Because he is a new manager. This is his first managerial position at the club level. So of course you're going to have your doubts. Of course you're going to be in question. But I always had the faith because I'm like, you know what? This is a young coach, an inexperienced coach, but he wants to prove himself in the coaching sphere, in the coaching universe, because he's gonna want to coach and go on and do better things for bigger teams, bigger players, bigger competitions. So I'm like, this guy has something to prove. This guy is going to use the experience, his player experience, his experiences playing with Messi, Suarez, Busi, and Jordi. He's going to take his experience coaching the youth national teams for Argentina to get to our young guys and see if he can motivate them that way, build the connection personally in that sense. But he's not. He did the absolute opposite of what I thought he was going to do. And I think he's lost the plot. I honestly think he's lost the plot. Continuing to play. Let's talk about tactical decisions. It's purely tactics. It's purely tactics and having zero ideology, having zero vision for the team, having zero identity, having zero just direction. It just seems like he's throwing out players onto the field and it's like, okay, figure it out now. Put Messi in the cam, Suarez play up top, Jordi try playing left wing this time, Tadeo be on the right and try to figure something out. That's not how you play football. That's not how you play football, especially when it's just not. It's just not how you do it. It's not how you do it. Before I get to the comments, let me go on this tangent about the tactics. Mascherano has continuously played Banca Kamaski and Telasco Segovia on the wings. That has changed in this last game, in this 3-0 humiliating game against Orlando. That changed. And it needs to stop. Stop playing Benjamin Kramaski on the wing. Stop playing Telasco Segovia on the wing. Stop it. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's just not. I know last game doesn't really prove that, but it's not because Telasco and Benja weren't playing wings. It's because the team had no tactic. It had no idea. It had no game plan. Stop playing Gonzalo Lujan. Stop. Why? You have a $6, $7, $8 million defender in Toto Aviles just riding right bench instead of right center back. Why are we playing Gonzalo Lujan? He has not yet proved that he's a good enough player to continuously get starting minutes for this team. He hasn't. He is a rotational player at best. At best. I think Lujan has probably had maybe 2 games, good games that he's had with this team. And he continues to be a starter. Maxi Falcon is a good player. He's a great player. He's a very intellectually, he has a high IQ. He's a high IQ type of player. But he's slow. He's slow. And you're playing a high line with 2 slow defenders, with Lujan and Maxi Falcon. It's not gonna work. It's not. I'd rather you play Chelo there. I'd rather you play Chelo. And that says a lot. I'm the biggest Chelo hater you're ever gonna meet. But I'd rather you play Chelo in that position if you're gonna play the high line. Let me get to the comments because there's a lot of comments now. EJ Torres, shout out to EJ being one of the members on this channel saying Mascherano out. Raymond in the chat says Messi should find the balls to part ways with his buddies. I think the board has to find some balls and part ways with Mascherano. Or honestly, I could do you one better. If you don't want to sack Mascherano, Mascherano has to have the balls to bench Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez can't play. That's gonna be the next talking point. After I read these comments, we're gonna talk about Suarez. Messi in Argentina, in an Argentina jersey is different from the Messi in Miami jersey. Two different personas, says Raymond. Because no, the only difference is the fact that Argentina, the national team, has an actual fucking team that can play together, that play for the badge, that have the passion. I'm not saying these guys don't have passion, but it's like they're more of a unit. They have chemistry. They Argentinian people play to they literally die for the badge. They die for their nation. And I'm not saying these guys don't. I'm not saying these guys in Inter Miami don't care. Or they won't die for the badge or whatever. I'm not saying any of that, but there's just no camaraderie. It doesn't feel like there's unity. There's no togetherness. There's no syncrasy. There's nothing. It's just like individual players out there, just 11 individuals out there trying to win a game, and that's never gonna work at any level in football, any level. Um, Let me see. Really curious about the locker room dynamic, says Wookie G. A great coach can bring a team together. Seems so toxic. It seems very, very toxic at the moment. It really, really does. Um, can we hire a shadow coach to run things behind the scenes if we can't get a big name DT right now? No, it's just not. It's just not going to work. And I'm gonna give my opinion on how to fix, I guess, this Mascherano situation with a new head coach. I'll give my opinion on bringing in a new head coach, etc. In a little bit. Why is Messi taking free kicks every time he doesn't score? I don't know, because who else? Who else is going to be taking our free kicks? SFXS says all things I heard about Mascherano before seeing him was all negative, pessimistic, doesn't make good subs, all of which we are seeing. Yep. 12 million, not 6 to 8. We paid 12. Toto is the highest transfer fee for center back in MLS history. That is facts, Sean. I wasn't sure of the fee, but 12 million is even worse. I genuinely thought it was like 8. I genuinely thought it was like $8 million. But $12 million for a center back playing right bench is ridiculous. Toto Avila is obsessed with yellow cards in the previous season. That's why Lujan is starting. No, but he's improved on that. Toto Avila's had a discipline issue for last year. He had a discipline issue in the beginning of this year even. But he has significantly improved his game in that category, in that sense. And to be honest, he hasn't been given another chance. As a starter, playing in that role, he's come off the bench to play CDM, to like in a more defensive approach. I'm like, dude, just play him at center back and see what happens. If Toto Aviles plays center back and we play like shit, I don't even know what the problem is at that point. I'd rather have Toto Aviles than Lujan, says Brad. At least he has pace. Yeah, he does have pace. MLS fans shitting on Inter Miami without realizing that a bad Inter Miami team is catastrophic to the league. It really is, from a financial standpoint. And Nader says Di Maria won't solve Inter Miami's defensive problems. Please see the positive of Luis Suarez, not always the negative. We're going to talk about both sides. Let's talk about the positives of Luis Suarez. Let's talk about the positives of Luis Suarez. And I'm not talking about last year. I'm not talking about what he did last year, because that was last year. Last year doesn't exist anymore. And that's how I think. And that's how everybody should think. The past is the past. That doesn't matter. That's like saying Messi won the World Cup 3 years ago. He should be playing great now. No. Last year is last year. What Suarez did last year was great. It was fantastic, honestly. For somebody of his age, for people who doubted him, me being one of them. I doubted him in the beginning. Like for like the first month, I doubted him. But then after that, I'm like, okay, this guy's good. But now he's not. Now there's zero. Luis Suarez is not existing at this point. He's just floating. He's just there. I'm telling you, in that Orlando game with Luis Suarez on the field, we played a man down. I'm telling you right now. And that's not opinion. That is fact. We played a man down with Luis Suarez on that pitch against Orlando. He played good for maybe 30 minutes. He really really tried to put an effort in. He was running around. He was really really trying to get involved. After those 30 minutes, he completely shut down, and it was. I'm sure the positives. What positive can you get from Luis Suarez? Besides maybe hold up play, maybe. Other than that, he's going to get double teamed by everyone. He can't dribble. He can't run. He can shoot, but I haven't seen him shoot recently except for that one ball that he shot from like 20 yards out that went nowhere against Orlando. He could barely pass. He can't cross the ball. What can he do? I'm not saying Suarez out. I'm not trying to be disrespectful towards Suarez, one of the best strikers of his generation. But he can't play 90 minutes anymore. He can't. He can't do it. He cannot play 90 minutes anymore. There's something in my right eye, and it's really bothering me. He has to either come off the bench or just limit his minutes. His minutes need to be limited. We need to play. We either need to get another striker, or we need to start playing Tadeo Oshende as a 9. Or we need to be giving Obando more game time. Or minutes, I should say. Not even game, just minutes in general. Because Obando playing 5 minutes or whatever, however amount he played last time, just what is he going to do in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, how many minutes? What is he going to do in the brief period of time at the end of the game? Besides maybe score a last minute header like that would be like a literal miracle. Like that would just be luck at that point. We need to rest Suarez, limit his minutes. We need to play with 2 strikers who can actually move. Respectfully, that can actually move. I've always talked about a striker partnership, a duo striker partnership. If you want to play Suarez, play Tadeo Oshende as a 9, as 2 fucking 9s like this. But honestly, when Tadeo Oshende was playing on the right against Orlando, I was at the game. I would witness him run from one side of the field to another, and Suarez would stay right there. Suarez would not move, and you would see Tadeo go this way, and then Jordi would go the other way, and then they would flip-flop like this. I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? Play Tadeo Oshende as a 9. Play him as a 9. Play Obando as a 9 as well, if you want. Like as a duo. And if you don't want to do duos, just play Oshende as the 9 solely. Play Messi on the right. Messi is getting swarmed in the midfield. He is getting absolutely swarmed in the midfield. He can't do anything. He can't breathe. He can't find a good pass. He can't get a good shot off. I think he got 2 good shots off. Like really, really good shots off against Orlando. And both of them were great saves by Gallese. Both of them were great saves. But he can't keep playing in the middle because that's why teams are playing so compact. They're playing so compact. Giovanni with the 199, June 1st CWC transfer window. So who do we get? We're gonna get Di Maria. And I'm probably gonna talk about that in a separate video. But like we're gonna talk about the whole transfer window and how we should be approaching this transfer window. But we're gonna get Di Maria. We should at least. So yeah, Messi on the right. You could play Jordi Alba left wing. You can. It's definitely possible. But then the center back, you can't play the high line with the center backs then. Because Noah Allen can do a great job at the left back spot. But playing Maxi Falcone and Lujan is not going to work. You have to play Toto there. You can even play Martinez and Avilés as center backs. And if you want to play the high line. But if not, just lower the line a little bit. Just lower it. Maxi can't play as forward or like as attacking as he has because Maxi would go play all the way as right striker. He would be the second striker in the attack, and then we would have poor Noah Allen, all by himself in the back. Like it doesn't. It's not gonna. It's not gonna fit. It's simply. It doesn't work. Suarez also here. Look, let me get to the comments before I keep going. But I saw a comment about Suarez like being, or like being a crybaby. Where was it? Sean says Suarez can flop then cry when he doesn't get the call. Suarez is an extremely toxic player on the pitch. Extremely toxic. Stancy says Suarez crying all the time was terrible when he was scoring goals. Now it's just annoying. Suarez is the most toxic player on the field, not even on the team, on the field. He falls to the floor. He yells at the opponents. He yells at his teammates. He yells at the referees. He like purposely stepped on Gallese in the Orlando game and like pretended like he didn't. It was an accident just to try to get a reaction. Yo, shout out to Solid Rock with the 199 with the game over emote. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate it. It's bad. It's so bad. Francisco Garcia has this long chat here saying, Matt, Miami is a team that was built poorly. You only have one true striker, Suarez. Got rid of a respectable striker, yes, in Campana, yes, but it was just good money, and that's probably the reason. There was two reasons why Campana left. For money, and because Campana knew, he was probably told he wasn't going to be a starter or at least get as much game time. He was going to be playing the same role as with Miami. So I'm like, you know what? He has to move. And he got two unproven strikers in Afonso and Abando. And we let go of players like Taylor and Gressel, who were great MLS players. Wookie G says the coach should also take control of the on-field whining and complaining. I suspect Mascherano is playing into it as well. Of course he's playing into it. Brad says, I've never seen Messi complain this much about the ref. It's becoming a habit now. It needs to stop. It's bad. It's really bad. Don't throw gang signs on YouTube. Yeah, because I'm gonna get banned. Guess the MLS is not as bad as everyone thought. Barca 4 can't do it alone. Pablo wants it. I genuinely believe that Di Maria is going to be coming. There's nothing positive about Suarez this season is what we're talking. What are we talking about? Thank you, Oscar. I appreciate you backing me on that one. Wait. Di Maria is a beast. To be honest, will defend more than Segovia. LMAO. Stancy says Di Maria will be another person who doesn't defend. We need young, fast players. Francisco also says is another player classic that won't defend. I don't think the problem is the defense, which I know says a lot because we conceded like 20 goals in the last 7 games, right? It's not the defense that's the problem, is how the defense is being used. Like, we just need to play a lower line. Maxi and Lujan were playing so high up that they just didn't have the energy, the stamina, the acceleration, the aggressiveness to track back and recover on the counterattacks. It was literally one of the reasons why we conceded the first goal. The whole team fell asleep. Maxi Falcon was back there by himself with Muriel, which he was getting beaten all night. Muriel put Maxi Falcon in his back pocket like that whole night. It was bad. It was embarrassing for him, for Maxi. And he was just getting beat. And that's what the whole defense was. Noah Allen was the only one that was genuinely giving an effort. Him and Ian Frey. When Ian Frey would get exposed sometimes, he would track back as the best that he possibly could and win half the time. With Di Maria, you could at least play a natural winger. You could move. You could keep Jordi Alba at left back. He probably doesn't have to push up as often. You can have Noah play center back. I guess again. I don't know. There's positive and negatives to it. There's positives and negatives to it. Di Maria has been playing at an absolutely insane level at 38 years old or whatever his age is for Benfica. And, like, I don't know. What else? What we're we talking about? Like, all right, look, Miami King is saying half of Mascherano's starting lineup should be bench. Suarez, Cello, Lujan, Benja, Redondo, and Ustari. We need a new goalkeeper and pacier players. Maxi gets to tango class every week. He's poor. Stop glazing him. His IQ isn't that great. He's fucking better than Lujan's. He's literally the next best center back that we have, besides Noah Allen. Noah Allen, in my opinion, is our best center back right now. And that's period. That's his consistency. That's his... Literally, he's been the most consistent player all season long, is Noah Allen. Him and Messi, probably. I made a point to watch the Libertadores the last few weeks. Yeah, a lot of what I watch is well below MLS level. League is now world class, but it's very underestimated. We still have 21 matches. I know. But listen, we're about to be in June. It is the middle, not even the middle. We are approaching the end of May. Oh, what did I just close? I just closed out freaking... I closed out my thing. All right, whatever. We're approaching the end of May. We only have one full week of May left, and then we're in June. And if we wait until after... Like, when is the appropriate time for us to be back in form? Because now we have CWC that we're going to get absolutely destroyed in, respectfully. We're going to play Al-Ahly, we're going to be playing Porto, and we're going to be playing Palmeiras. Like, are you fucking serious? We're going to get absolutely destroyed. We're going to get our ass handed to us by these guys. Respectfully, that is the expectation. If we get anything better than an ass whooping is good. If we lose 3-0, that's fine. It's better than 7-0. Like... But seriously, like, when is the moment where it's like, okay, when is the uptick gonna happen? Because we can't wait until after Leagues Cup. Leagues Cup is in August, guys, and by then it's already September, and the season's practically over at that point. The regular season is practically over at that point, and at that stage, you can't sack Mascherano, because it's way too late in the season to sack him at that point. So it's like, if you're going to sack Mascherano, you have to do it now. You have to do it at the latest, May 31st, the end of the month, after the game against Columbus. If we don't get a win on Saturday against Philly, the number one team in the Eastern Conference right now, if we don't get a win against Montreal, which is a trap game away from home, if we don't get a win against Philly, if we don't get a win in these next 3 games, it's Mascherano out all day long. There's no arguments coming at me. There's nobody can argue it. This is a pinnacle next couple of weeks for in Miami. And it's going to start... It started on Saturday. It started on Sunday with Orlando, but now it's going to start again with Philly. Because CWC is going to be rough. If we don't win Leagues Cup, winning Leagues Cup gives us automatic CCC entry next year. If we don't win Leagues Cup, we're fucked. We're genuinely fucked. Because there's no guarantee. If we're not going to win Leagues Cup, if we couldn't win CCC, we can't win Leagues Cup. And then let's say we finish 6th in the Eastern Conference, there's no way we're winning the MLS Cup. 0 chance. There's no way it'll happen. Like, let me see what you guys are saying. This goes deeper than just bad Mascherano tactics. This goes into how to FO build this team. What does that mean? This goes to how to FO build this team to make certain people happy. The first will not be conceded if Toto was there, both Lujan. It was like a Fortnite emo where Messi was just killed. Yeah, you guys saw that. What Orlando posted, it was like them like building on Messi skin and like him just getting killed and getting emoted on. Gotta agree, I don't like Noah Allen, but I could say he always gives his full 100%, even if it's not good. Man runs. Dude, He is our best defender right now. It's crazy. He is having the season of his life. This is the season of his life right now. Can you, like, a 20-year-old from Pembroke Pines, literally 30 minutes from where I live, is one of the better players on Inter Miami this year. And they're playing like ass. The team is playing like ass. Imagine the team being so successful right now with Noah Allen playing the season of his life. Like, watching on delay, but bang on Suarez being toxic, I think it's a huge reason. Ascende Segovia had become less attacking inclined over the time, and a miss is bitching from Suarez. Philly would rip us apart. Absolutely. I think we're gonna get destroyed by Philly. We got 3-0'd by Orlando. We got 4-1 by Minnesota. Imagine what Philly's gonna do to us. What happens when we don't qualify for CCC next year? We're just fucking cooked, bro. We were supposed to win it this year. Like, we're supposed to be. The reason why we need to win CCC, in my opinion, is because this is a team with international superstars, with really good talent on paper, and one of the best teams in the MLS on paper, if not the best team in the MLS on paper, and probably in history. And we need to show that by winning CCC and being the best team, not just in the MLS, but in the continent of America. And that's, or at least North America, because CCC is only North America and Central America. So if we don't, the fact that we crashed out of CCC this year is a huge failure. The fact that the possibility of not qualifying for CCC next year is an insane failure. That is mind-boggling with the team that we have. If this was 2022 Inter Miami, I wouldn't even be thinking about CCC. Oh, hell, I wouldn't even thinking about winning MLS Cup. I'd be thinking about qualifying for playoffs. But we're not 2022 Inter Miami. This is 2025 Inter Miami with Messi, Suarez, Boosie, and Jordi continuously trying to carry this team when they can't. Let's be real. And we have players like Tadeo Ascende, Telasco Segovia. We have Fafa Pico. We have Baltasar Rodriguez if he decides to stop being injured. We have Ian Frey, Maxi Falcon, Noah Allen. We have Ustari. We have Rocco. We have Federico Redondo. We have Yannick Bright. We have so many good players on paper that can't do shit. What the fuck does he even see in Luka? I don't know. I don't know. We have to qualify for CCC. I felt like May is the key time when things happen so bad. I felt right. Winning CCC is the only thing that validates the Messi experiment. Yeah, the MLS Cup doesn't do that. Not necessarily. No, because they want to be the best team in America. I mean, they can be the best team in the MLS, so it'll be successful to an extent, but it won't. But it's only that, to an extent. It's not the full thing. They want to go above and beyond and be the best team in the continent. So yeah, it's where was I going? Yeah, so essentially what I was trying to say is that it's either Mascherano in or out now. Because if you're a Mascherano, if you want to wait until after Leagues Cup or after CWC in August or the end of July, it's too late. And you're going to have to ride Mascherano until the end of the season at that point. And this is 2 or 3 months from now. That's way too late. If you want Mascherano out, it has to be now. The board, the front office, the whatever, Messi, Beckham, and the Mas brothers and whoever's up there making decisions, they need to be looking for a coach now. If they don't see that Mascherano can do this, or they don't see that Mascherano can flip this team around and get their backing back and get their support back. Because there's no way we can wait until July, August, after Leagues Cup for there to be change and to then hope that change happens and to hope that this team turns it around in time for the postseason, because that's a lot of hope. It's a lot of hope. Um, I think we should get rid of him by the end of the month if he doesn't win any games. And in terms of who we need to bring in, I think we can bring in somebody who's coached. First of all, has MLS. I think either two things. We need to bring either one, a very experienced veteran MLS coach like Tata Martino, who knows the league, who knows how to handle the league, or bring in a coach from like the Argentinian league who can manage these guys, who doesn't give a shit essentially, and can really manage these guys and play high intensity football and can really, really coach the shit out of these guys. Because Mascherano is not that guy. Because I mean, we can also bring in a European manager, honestly, as option 3. Bring in an actual European manager, not Mascherano, an ex-player, not an ex-player who's trying to get their sea legs in coaching. We need an actual European manager, an actual manager with experience in coaching a team, like a proper club. Here, let me see. You guys are saying some things. Oscar says, I think Miami should get Tyreek Mitchell. He's a free agent this summer. And all I know, that won't happen because you have to be from Argentina to play for Miami. Yeah. Hi, Matt. For me, I only want Messi for sure and Alba from the 4 bar, so the other 2 should not be starters. I think Boosie needs a rest. I don't want to hate Boosie. I'm not a Boosie hater, but Boosie needs to rest. I think he needs a break. He's been playing 90 minutes every single game. He needs a break. I think in the midfield you can play Bright, you could play Segovia. Hell, you could play fucking Redondo even if you want to. But I think Boosie should hit the bench for the one time, just for the one time. AZ Rebellion says Valverde in. Ruben says, do I think? Oh, I do think there is a chance that he gets sacked before CBWC. Jorge Mas was shown on screen and he looked demoralized. I can see even Javier Mascherano as interim if panic hits, or Javier Morales as the interim head coach if panics hits the masses. I bet Morales can coach better than Mascherano. The journalists and fans should start calling out on his bullshit. I agree, but they're never going to do that, unfortunately. And that's why I'm not in the press conferences, because I would ask questions that would actually like be good, probably, or like questions that people would want to know, rather than asking how Messi is, or rather asking who's better, Messi or Ronaldo. So, the higher ups are really going to wait until last minute to sack Mascherano, and that's an ego thing. If they wait last minute to sack Mascherano, it's 1000%. Well, it's either an ego thing, a really, really big ego. They don't want to deflate their egos, or they just want to keep Messi happy. They want to keep Messi happy, and it's like, oh, but if Mascherano wants Messi and Mascherano believes, or if Messi fuck, let me start all over. They're going to wait until last minute, either one, to not, because they have a big ego, or 2, they want to keep Messi happy. Because if Messi wants Mascherano here, if Messi backs Mascherano and has faith in Mascherano to change things around, he's not going anywhere. Simple as that. He's not going anywhere. So, like, there needs to be serious balls, like from the back room to fire him now, and it has to be before Club World Cup. Because why would you keep a manager? Right? Like, why would you, if you have doubts about the manager, and keep him through this transfer window that we're going to have, allow him to bring players, sell players, whatever the business stuff is, whatever business you want to do during this time, let him do his business, let him bring the players that he wants, and then just to sack him right after, then you're going to bring in a manager who didn't ask for these players, and now has to work with these players that he didn't even ask for, when he could have had the opportunity to bring in players in June, in July, or whenever the freaking window opens, and try to somewhat build a team there. Um, Matt, trust the process. I'm not proving you wrong. You are right. I am trying to trust the process. I am trying to trust the process, but it's also not about. It's also about our feeling. Like our feelings are valid. We have the right as Inter Miami supporters, as real Inter Miami supporters, to feel very upset right now because this is not the Inter Miami team that we pay for to pay to watch. This is not the Miami team that they built. This is not the team. This is not the superstar team that Miami are is. It's not. And we're playing like a below average team. A very below average team. It's not this team is not even mid anymore. We suck. We suck. And that's very embarrassing to say. So I think we need to bring somebody in now before it's too late. And bring in an experienced manager who knows what they're doing, whether he's a European manager, whether he's a manager with MLS experience, whether he's a manager from the Argentinian league, wherever. Bring in a manager. And we're probably going to be getting Di Maria in the summertime. Most likely, I genuinely believe we will. And that's fine. But bring in a goalkeeper as well. We're linked with this one goalkeeper, which I'll talk about in another episode when I talk about Di Maria and all the transfers. I'll talk about that soon. But we need to bring in a goalkeeper. We need to bring in an actual striker that can play 90 minutes. And we just need to fucking fix our shit, man. We need to get our shit together. Have a tactic. Have an ideology. Have an identity. Go out there and play an actual 90 minutes. Like, don't just play 30 minutes and then stop playing. Like, we literally play. Everybody knows this. Everybody in the MLS catches us on this. Even Gressel called this out when we played Minnesota. He said, Inter Miami play a good 30 minutes, and then after that, they completely fall apart. They run out of ideas. They play boring football. It's bad. It's bad, and this needs to change. We need to get our shit together. Guys, I'm going to leave you off here. I didn't want to make this that long, to be honest, but we're like, this is what the live streams are for, honestly. It's to hear you guys rant in the comments. It's to pull them up on stream, to get out all of these emotions, all these feelings, because we have the right to feel upset about this team. We have the right to be upset about Mascherano, and we deserve to see some changes, some positive changes happen very, very soon. I want to appreciate everybody that's tuned into this video, that's tuned into this rant. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you are watching this after the live stream, Mascherano in, Mascherano out. Let me know in the comments down below, please, guys. Hit the like button if you guys are new. Hit the subscribe button if you guys are also if you guys are new as well. Hit the notification button so you don't miss a time where I go live or when I post a video. And share it with your friends so we can get more people into the live streams as well. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday. I'll be back later this week with a live preview for the Philly game on Friday. Yes, on Friday, because we play Saturday. So I'll be live with a preview on Friday, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys then. Have a great rest of your night. Vamos Miami. Mascherano out.
¿Qué mira, bobo? Anda para allá, bobo.